Hello everybody and welcome to this discovery session of the software Odoo. Today you will learn a bit more about what Odoo could do for your company. I'm going to try to do that with a 1 hour demonstration and to show you as much as possible of what Odoo can do. My name is Nikita and I'm an account manager for the EMEA region, meaning that I'm helping partners in that region to sell our software. So what is on the agenda for today? First of all, I'm going to teach you a bit more about Odoo and who we are. Then I'm going to explain to you a bit what our value proposition is, so what Odoo can do for your company. And afterwards, we will see that in practice with a demonstration that we will build together. After the demonstration, we will go through some practical information to explain to you how you can get Odoo for your company, and we'll go through afterwards to the pricing to see how much it would cost you to get the software for your company. And we'll finish with a Q&A session where you'll be able to ask me all of your questions regarding software, what it can do, and how you can get it for your company. So, what is Odoo? Odoo is an all-in-one management business that will allow you to manage every part of your business in just one software. The goal of Odoo is really to be easy to use and to be the best software that you could give to your employee. We have more than 11 offices over the world, which allows us to really have an international impact. We also do that with our network. So we have more than 1,800 employees. Last year, we hired a bit more than one person per day in Belgium, which is huge. We have more than 60% yearly growth, more than 7 million happy users, and we're active in more than 175 countries, thanks to our partner network and our different offices. And finally, we have more than 26,000 applications available thanks to our community of developers. So it's really thanks to our huge community that we're able to build such a good product. But what can we actually do for you? On average, companies use 14 different software to manage their business, which is huge and usually create a disjoint network that looks a bit like this. You can work like this, it is possible, but it's going to cost you time in training your employees and managing the different credentials. And of course, it's going to also cost you money because you're going to have to create different APIs and different connectors between the different apps. So it's really costly. And that's where Odoo intervenes with an all-in-one solution. So just with one software, you'll be able to manage all the different aspects of your business and have a solution that is super user-friendly, integrated at a really reasonable cost. But how can you do that? You're going to ask me. So that we're going to see in the demonstration. And I'm going to take you on a little adventure. So let's say that you just got appointed CEO of your own furniture business. Congratulations! So what will be your main focus as the newly appointed CEO? You will want to digitalize your company. And to do that, of course, you decided to use Odoo, the best software out there. So to help me get to know a bit how you want to start your business, I invite you to connect to this survey with the following link. If it doesn't work, try using an incognito window to connect to the survey, and normally you shouldn't have any issue, and we can decide together what the first step of your business is going to be. So here I'm going to wait for a couple of seconds for people to connect, and then we'll go through the first question to determine the first part of your business. So what do you need to start your business? Do you want to start with a simple website, or do you want to build an online store to sell your furniture? We really have to see what you want to do with your business, and then we will go and see together how we can directly create it with a trial database and directly start your business with Odoo with just a couple of clicks. Okay, I think that it's getting already pretty clear that people want to have a website. So let's see how you can do that directly on the trial database. So here I'm going to directly go on odoo.com and we'll see together how we can create that. So here I'm just getting to the software, and I can quickly click here on Start Now. Here I'm going to have the different apps that I can install, but for me, I'm interested right now, just at the moment, to do a website to start my communication with my customer. So here I'm quickly going to enter some company information. So I want a furniture store. I'm located in Belgium, a really small company since I'm starting my business on my own, and I want to use Odoo for my company. I can simply go on Start Now, and Odoo is directly going to build me my database to manage directly my business. So you see that it's going to go pretty quickly, and here we go. I can directly build my website, and in 4 steps, you're going to see how Odoo can directly build a website that will fit my needs. So let's do it. I want a business website for my furniture store business, for example. And what will be my main objective? For me, it will be to develop the brand. Here, Odoo directly offers me a couple of color palette that I could choose for my website, and I can also upload my logo, and it will directly choose pre-made palettes according to the colors that I have in my logo. But for me, I really like black and gray, so I'm gonna go for this one. I can directly choose the different feature and the different page that I want to be available on my website. So for me, it's really important to have a page so that people can learn a bit more about me. Also, of course, privacy policy, because it's important that people can know legal stuff about us. And for now, I think this is all I need, because I don't have anything more to say about my business at the moment. So I can directly build my website. And here, Odoo directly gives me 3 different templates that I could use from my website. As you can see, there are 3 really different templates with different type of images and different type of style, and I can directly choose and create my website according to that. So for me, I really like the first one, the colors and stuff like that, so I'm gonna go with the first one. And here, once again, Odoo is directly building the website according to the 4 different information that I gave him. And here we go, I already have a website. So as you can see, he added some furniture picture, he respected the palette that he offered me, and I already have a beautiful website without having to do anything, because Odoo already made it for me. It already looks pretty great, but I want to personalize it a bit. So, for example, let's say that I really like that title, but I want to change it, or maybe I want to add some different blocks. Here, it's really easy with Odoo to just, for example, drag and drop a new element in my website, and directly it would be added. But for now, the blocks that I have, I'm quite satisfied with it, and I want to change the title. So I can directly click on the title, put everything that I want to. So for example, furniture store. And here, for example, I don't really like the color. I would like to change it a bit. I have everything that is related to the format of my text directly here. So I can put it in bold, italic, underlined, the classic stuff that you can change your text into. And I can also change the color. So I have classic color. I also have some things that I can personalize myself. And the newest feature in our newest version, Odoo 15, is that I can also put gradient color. So for example, I really like those yellow colors. And another feature that you have on the website is that you can animate basically any text that you can find. So here I want it to pop a little bit when people get on my website. And so I can see the different animations that I have. For example, let's say that I want it to bounce in, because I feel like it's going to pop when people are going to connect. Afterwards, I'm not quite sure that the button goes with it as well, so I want to change it. So for that, I would like to have the same color. And so for that, I can simply here change the style and say, okay, I'm not going to use a primary color, I'm going to use a custom color. And for that, I can use custom and then just fill in the color according to the gradient that I already choose again for my text. And just like that, now I have the text and my button that really fits what I want. But now I'm not sure about the image anymore. Maybe I want another picture that reflects a bit more the kind of furniture that I want to sell. So for that, I can easily just go here on replace the image, and here I have access to an unlimited bank of image. I can upload my own image, I can add an URL, and I can access to image bank of Unsplash with plenty of image. So let's see a bit what he offers me for furniture. that it's better. So here you're going to see that first of all, it's going to offer me some animations, and then I have plenty of pictures to satisfy my needs. For me, I really like this one. I really like the color and stuff like that. And then whenever I choose a new image, I can directly personalize it. So here I can move it around. I want people to see the entire table. I can directly apply. From here, I can also change the different filters that I can put on it. For example, let's say early birds fits a bit more my style. I can put that. I can change the width, the quality of the image, the parallax, add another color filter like we've seen before. And I can also change how I'm going to show my content. For me, I'm going to choose this one. This way I can see a bit more of my image, and change also the height. For example, I want the full image to be displayed, and then I can also add a scroll down button and choose how it's going to be displayed as well. So really plenty of possibilities just with one image. But let's see a bit what I can do with other building blocks. So for example, with this one, you see that whenever I click on a block, I have the entire style tab that opens, and that allows me to change things specific to that block. So for example, I don't want to have two columns. I don't have to have three columns. I want to have two. I can change that easily. I can also change the model, so how the images are going to be displayed. I'm going to leave it like that. I can say if I want them spaced a bit more or not, and I can even change the styling to fit a bit my needs. Let's say that, for example, I want circles. And of course, I can easily change each image individually like we've seen before. So that's really quite easy. But now let's say that I want to add another block. So for that, I can just go on block, and since I'm a new brand, I want to be able to get some donation and have people donate to my brand. So here I can simply install the donation block, and this way I will directly be able to have all people donating to my brand and style a bit again the block as I want to. Here is going to take a bit more time since it's installing a submodule of the website application. And here we go, back on my website. You see how it pops. It's exactly what I wanted. Here, okay, we're going to find back our donation, and I'm going to add it here. So what I can do again, here you can directly see that Odoo offers me a beautiful possibility for my donation block. But from here, I can directly say, okay, I don't want to display the option. I only want people to be able to donate. Or I can already also say that I want people to be able to choose exactly what they're going to donate, set a minimum of donation. I want people to be a bit more generous, so I'm going to say at minimum 10 and a maximum of 1,000, for example. And here you go, they can choose up to 1,000 euros to give me and donate to my newest website. So now, okay, I have my donation blog, everything is good. For example, here, I also want to change this animated image because I want something to be a bit more round to fit the pictures that I put it in round just up there. So as you see, the image is animated, and from here, I can directly say the type of animation that I want. And here I have a clear review of how it's going to look like on my website and choose exactly the one that fit my needs. I think I'm going to go for the first one. I really like the shape and the animation that goes with it. And just like that, I directly changed it. A thing that I can do also with building blocks is that I can change the background. So based on the palette that I choose, is going to offer me different combination of colors that I can have. Of course, those are totally personalized, but here I want this one. I think it's going to fit more with my next block. And look at that. Now I find it looks perfect. And the last cool thing about Odoo is that you can also change the footer and the header that you're going to get. So from here, for example, I have different templates to show me a bit the different information that I would like to display. For example, I want people to have more links that they can choose from. And so I can just like that, change the footer that they're going to see. And here we go. I'm going to go back to the down. Here you go. You have plenty of pages that they can easily jump into when they want to browse around my website. And same thing for the header page. So now that you have a beautiful website, what will be the next step in building your company? Let's go back to the survey and to the next question. So Now I have a beautiful website, but the sales are not really taking off. So what can I do? Should I optimize my website with an SEO strategy, or should I need a CRM to reach maybe more business-wise companies and stuff like that, and reach bigger customers? Okay, I'm gonna wait a couple of seconds for a bit more people to answer, and then we'll see which step we're gonna take next. Okay, it's it's really between the two of them, so maybe we're gonna say that we're gonna optimize the website. So how can I do that? I can quickly show you how to optimize your website, and then maybe if we have time, we'll also go through the CRM. Here we go. So I'm back on my website, and with Odoo, it's really easy to promote each page according to what you want your customer to see. So here I can simply go on Promote, Optimize SEO, and here I'm directly going to have an overview of what is going to be displayed on Google. So from here, you can see that we're going to have the title. If I keep it empty, Odoo is going to display something by default, but here I can say furniture of your dreams, and you can see that it directly is going to show me how it would look like. And here I can say come and visit my beautiful website and find the best furniture, for example. And here I directly see how it's going to look like. But to enable me to be displayed at the best possible spot on Google, I need also to add some keywords for which I want to appear. So for example, I could say that I want to appear for the word furniture, of course. So I can put that, add it, and directly you can see that Odoo is gonna offer me some related keywords that I could also put to appear on Google. So this is based on what people most look like when they look for furniture. But here I'm also gonna say that I want to appear for desk because I'm selling a lot of desk. Here, for example, he offers me chair. Of course, I want to appear for chair as well because I'm selling them. And I can also choose some other keywords. And here I can also choose the image from my website that I want to add as the description. So here you go. This way I can see that how it would look like again. For my customers. And here I can directly save and do that for all of my pages. So this way, people directly are targeted by the right content when they get on my website. And I'm sure that I will always appear on top of the Google page so that I will get the most customers possible. So now that I know how to attract customer on my beautiful website, what would be the next step? So now your salespeople are wasting a bit of time managing data. So how could you help them? Do you want to encourage a collaborative work so that everybody in your team can really communicate well, and so that you're not wasting time, not discussing and not communicating within your team and not reaching the customer on time? Or do you want to integrate your appointment in order to manage the calendar of your team better so they can interact more efficiently with the customer as well, and really have more time to deal with more customer? Okay, so here I think that it might be a good idea indeed to integrate the appointment so that I can let my customers take appointment with my salespeople and have a more accurate appointment system with them. So let's go back to our database and see what we can do, or maybe we can encourage collaborative work. Okay. Let's go for the appointment, and if we have time, we will see a bit how we can encourage the collaborative work. So for that, I'm gonna go back on my website and see the two different type of appointment that I have at the moment on my appointment page. So here you can see that I have, this one is not published yet, but I have two types of appointment that are published. I have a type of appointment which is schedule a demo and a doctor appointment. Let's see a bit how they look like for my customers. So for example, schedule a demo. Here you're directly going to see some basic information. So the duration of the appointment, and also a brief description of what they would get if they schedule a demo with someone, and also the location. Here they directly see the availability, and also, super important, the time zone that is taken into consideration. So there is no more appointment. Here I'm going to say, okay, for Wednesday, tomorrow, I'm going to see the different hours that are available, and I can directly select one. And here, add some information. If I want more information to be added when somebody takes an appointment, I can add some custom question, and this is going to take me in the backend. We will see in just a second how I can create a new appointment type. But for now, in the end, I don't want to create the appointment. So I'm going to go back here and see the second type of appointment that we can get, which is in this shape. So here the difference, as you see, is that I can even choose with whom I want to have an appointment. So for example, I want to have an appointment with Mark Demo, and I'm directly going to be redirected to his agenda. And for that, for example, here he has a lot of availabilities for tomorrow, so I'm going to choose 10 a.m. and fill in all my information, and of course I can put some symptoms to already help him with my diagnosis. But here I can just confirm the appointment, and now I have all the info. I can add it directly to my Google Calendar or add it to my Outlook calendar, thanks to the integration that Odoo has with both of them. But now let's see a bit in the backend how I can, so what it did to my calendar, and how I can also create new appointment types. So for that, we're going to go into the calendar app, and here I can directly have the different type of appointment that have been taken into the different agendas. So here I have an overview, since I'm a manager, of everybody in my company, and here I can find back the doctor appointment that somebody took with me. From here, you have all the information regarding the appointment, and I can even edit it if I have some issues with that, and I can directly also email or send an SMS to the person that took the appointment with me, for example, to have some additional information about his symptom, or to ask him if it would be okay to reschedule, actually, because I'm not available at that time anymore. But for now, I think that everything looks good, so I'm going to leave it like that and see a bit how I can configure one new type of online appointment. So for that, I'm going to go, this is the reporting, I'm going to go here on the online appointment, and we're going to create a new one. So for example, I could say that I want to have an appointment type that is called follow-up call, since I already had a demo with someone, but I want to be able to follow up on that. And here I will have different options. The possibility to create an opportunity. Whenever someone takes this type of appointment, it will automatically create an opportunity in my CRM. Or I can also choose the appointment duration, the schedule appointment, so how long it's going to leave me before I have to take an appointment, and also if I allow the canceling 1 hour before. Here I'm going to say 2 hours because I have a lot to take in, and so it would be better see if everything was free 2 hours before. I can even add some employees that would be available for this type of appointment. Here I'm going to say that everybody is available for this type of appointment, and just select. Here I can also say that I want to add a reminder 30 minutes before, so I'm sure that people are not late, and ask a specific location, and of course add the time zone for the different hours available. And let's say that this appointment is only available Monday from 8 to 5, and also on Wednesday. And this way, people will only be able to see and to take appointments from Monday to Wednesday into my different employees' schedule. And finally, I can also put some questions and say, for example, what is your company's name? And say, okay, it's a single line text, it's required because it's an important information. Say venue, for example, how satisfied were you with the demo? and select, for example, a ratio and say that they have to answer, they can answer 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and of course 5 being the most satisfied and 4 being the least. And say it's also required an answer, and then save and close. I can also put some message like we've seen in the front end, so some message introduction, hello there, for example. And then just the message that they're going to receive when they confirm an appointment. Here I want to put a bit more form, so just with Odoo I can build a complete text with the shortcuts and say, okay, heading 1, your appointment, and say a bit, for example, add some bullet points of what it's going to content and stuff like that. Here I can directly save it and go to the website to see exactly how it's going to look like. So just like that, I've been able to create a new appointment type and really manage the calendar of my salespeople more efficiently. So now they can schedule appointment directly with their customer and be able to manage and be able to optimize their time. So what would be the next step in our business? So now that your business people and salespeople are more available, your business is evolving too slowly and they don't have a lot to do. So you need to increase your marketing to increase the brand awareness. So in Odoo, you really have multiple ways to do that. You can do that by creating an SMS campaign. So you contact your prospect by SMS, for example, about a newest promotion that you have on your website to drive customers to your website. Or you can also send a mass mailing campaign to say that you have a new website and that they should come and visit you because it's the really best website that you could have. Or you can also post social content on your social media, because of course Odoo is fully integrated with all the different platforms that you can have, such as Facebook, LinkedIn, and all those platforms. So you can directly post from Odoo and have everything centralized on the same platform. But it's true that I think that today the best way to communicate with your people is by posting social content on social media. So let's see how we can do that directly from Odoo. So we're back in our database and we're going to go through the social marketing app. So when I get into this application, a lot of content. So from here, I have an overview of all the different social media that I'm managing with Odoo. So I have all my posts on Facebook, on Instagram, on Twitter, on LinkedIn. I can also follow keywords on Twitter and have that here. As you've seen, and I can even have my YouTube channel that is also fully integrated with Odoo. So it's really easy to follow different streams according to your interest and also to have all the insights regarding your different social media. So here I can see the number of followers that I have on my channel, the number of time people engage with my content by commenting, by liking something, or by sharing it, and also the number of time people were engaged. And here you can see that I really have all the information regarding all my different media, so I don't need to jump in one application into another one to see the impact that a campaign could have on my customer. So for example, here I can easily add a new stream. Say for example that I want to add a stream for Twitter, and that I want to add, for example, whenever my company is mentioned. I could also add, for example, a new Instagram account, or follow some channel on YouTube and see what they are posting. For example, I could do that for all my furniture business competitors and see a bit what they do. So it's really easy. And from there, I can also easily create a new post. So for example, let's say that I want to create a new post. Here I can, you see, create a new post directly for all my different communication channel and social marketing possibility. So from here, I'm going to select all of them and I'm going to say, hello, check out my new website, for example. And here you're directly going to see how it's going to look like for the different media. So you have Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, also a desktop notification. Here I can also even add an image to be a bit more impactful. For example, here I'm going to add an image of my website. Here directly you see exactly how it's going to look like across media. I can say that I want to schedule it later because I want people to receive this, for example, in the morning, tomorrow morning, when they connect to their customer, or when they're checking out their social media first hour of the morning. And for example, here for my push notification, I want to personalize it a bit more, and I can say, hi there, for example, and it's going to change the title that is going to appear, as you can see, and I can even change the icon of the image, and for example, also put my website to be displayed out there. And I can also do the same for the YouTube video. For example, I can say, hi there, and my new website. Here you go, my new website. And here I can directly even how it would look on my YouTube channel. So just with a couple of texts that I've put it in, I've been able to schedule a post across all my different social media and schedule it. I can also add a marketing campaign, and this way I could put multiple posts and add them to a campaign. So let's see a bit how it would look like on the campaign side of social marketing. So for that, I can directly go here and see the different campaigns that I have that are currently active. So from there, I can directly see which one are running and which one are quite new, and the interaction that I already got regarding those different campaigns. So for example, let's say I'm taking the social campaign, and here I can normally see the different posts that I have. I haven't posted yet in this one, so I'm going to take the one newsletter. And here I can directly have some information regarding the different campaigns that I have. You can see that it's not only linked to the posts that I have on social media, but it's also linked to the newsletter that I'm going to do with email marketing and to the SMS content that I might send. And from here, I can see all the different campaigns that I have, and the strength of Odoo is being fully integrated with all of your applications. So directly from a campaign, I can see exactly the engagement that I have, the revenue that was generated by this campaign, the number of quotations that were created directly thanks to this campaign, the amount of opportunity as well that were created in my CRM, and here I can directly find back my 3 mailing that I sent and also the amount of clicks that I got regarding this mailing. So this way I can optimize also the time that my marketing team is going to spend on social media, and they can directly see which one is going to be impactful and keep working on them, and which one is not going to have an impact, and that they should keep finding some new solutions to be the best one out there and bring out some new business for your salespeople. So now that I know how to attract new revenue, let's see a bit what would be the next step for business. So now that I have so much business, I actually need help because I don't have enough people to work on it. So I really have to hire some new people. And here I have some different profile that I would like to recruit. So maybe I would like to recruit a consultant regarding the different decoration projects that I'm gonna have, because I really need somebody to be able to help me think out a space and where I'm gonna put the different furniture that I'm selling. An experienced developer, maybe to build a new tool to help me design my furniture and stuff like that, or a community manager to manage all my growing social media and different marketing campaign that I could have, because now I'm having so much success that I need somebody to manage them all. So, okay. Here, I think that we're going to go more to somebody that manages the business as an experienced developer. Okay. Let's say, for example, that we're going to go for a community manager, and let's see a bit how I can recruit the best people for that position. So, for that, I can directly go back on my website and see the different job position that I have available at the moment. So for that, actually, I'm not going to go there first. I'm first going to go into the recruitment app, show you a bit how it looks, and then we're gonna post it on the page. Okay. So here I can go into the recruitment app. From here, I'm directly gonna have an overview of the different job positions that I have that are available and if they're published or not. So from here, I can directly have some information about the number of applications that I have, the number of people I want to recruit, and also the new applications that I currently have for my system. So now let's see a bit, for example, for marketing and community manager, how it looks like on the website. So from here, you're directly going to have something that is fully computed according to the info that you want to put on your job page. So here I have a brief description, the kind of skills that I'm looking for in a community and marketing manager, the responsibility, all the skills that I would like to have and that are really nice to have in some new employee, what they would get out of the job, also every perks that they would get to work. So you can see that it's a really well-made page to really attract the best people out there. So they have different ways they could apply. They can apply directly through here, and so I can put my contact info, for example, say my name is Nikita. I can put my email address so they can contact me back, really important. I can also add my phone number. Here we go, and have a short introduction. Hi, I'm really interested, and then add my resume, and I can directly submit as well. They can do that, or they can also apply through an email alias. So for that, I have to set up one in my recruitment app for my job application. So I'm going to go back here. Here you can see that I have one new marketing and community manager application, the one that I just registered. But here we're going to first see a bit how it looks like in the backend. So here I have my brief job description and my recruitment tab. So from here, as you see, I can say the number of employees I want to do, if I have a specific interview form, and the department that I'm going to hire for, and here what I'm interested in, the email alias. So here, for example, I'm going to say marketing, and copy paste this because I want to see how it looks when I actually apply via email. So here I'm going to save, and I'm going to send an email to this email address directly. So I'm going to go to my email address. Here we go. I've already prepared an email with all my contact info, and I'm directly going to send it to marketing@training.com. Marketing, here we go. The first one is not going to work, and I can directly send it. So now that I have two different job applications that have been given, let's see a bit how I could receive them in the different job position and how I can actually treat them. So here I have my different job application, and here, for example, I can find back Nikita, which is the one that I did on the website, and I can normally also receive the one that I received via email. I'm quickly going to update it, and if it's not there, we'll work with the first job application that I did. Here we go. It's just arrived in my pipe. So from here, you can directly see that I have my email that appeared in my chat box. I have also my CV that was directly upgraded here. And this way, the person that is in charge of the recruitment can have a quick overview of who I am and what are my skills. And from here, I have all the information that I have. But here I could say that I really appreciate the email and the enthusiasm. So I can add some stars so that I can say it's really important. I can assign a recruiter that is going to take care of his recruitment and his application. And I can also add some additional information that I got from the CV and even the expected salary. But here, what I want to do is first send a message. So I can directly select Nikita and send an email to that person. So here, okay. Apparently there was a little bug. I'm going to go back in my job application and actually send an email to Nikita. So this way I can ask her for a first call or to set up a first interview so I can actually talk to her. So this is going to be really easy because I can just do that with an activity and put it in my calendar. So here apparently my database is really not collaborating with me. I'm going to try go back out and then go back on the opportunity. Here we go, a little bit slow. And here I can directly send an email, say, are you available for a call? and from there I can directly send an email to my candidate. And once again, I will find it back in the chat box with all the history of the exchange that I had with them. So from there, I can directly schedule the activity. For example, I will say a call, would say a first call as a description. From here, I can directly open my calendar and select at what time I would like to talk to them. I think that I would still like to do that tonight. So I'm going to put that from 6 till 7 and directly create it. And so from here, if I go back here, I have my activity that has been set, and I can see that I find back my activity that I have to do here, and I can also find back all my activities that are centralized here. And so if I go back to applicants, I see that I have one additional activity that I have to do today, so I'm sure that I'm staying on top of everything that I have to do. From here, I could say mark as done, say good candidate. Here we go, done, and directly schedule next if I have something else to do regarding this person. So from here, it was really good. So I directly want to move him to the second interview or even directly propose him a contract. So it's really easy to move them around the stages and follow up the recruitment process. And once the employee is hired, I could simply say that the contract is signed and create the employee from there. And directly it opens up the employee form. I can add all the work information, the private information that I have, because it's really important to be really thorough for this kind of information. Also all the HR setting, the manager that is going to be responsible for this person, and really have all the information directly computed for my newest employee. So it's great. Now you've recruited a new employee, you have enough work for them. So what would be the next step for your company? Let's see a bit what you want to develop next. So the problem now is that you don't have enough applicants. So you have to start a referral program or some action to help you get more applicants. And for that, you decided to ask your employee to help you and to ask some of their friends to and to ask them to ask friends if they would like to work for the beautiful company that they're working on because they really like their job and they want to work with them. So in any case, I think that the message is pretty clear that the best solution would be to start a referral program. So let's do that because of course there is an app in Odoo to do so. So for that, we can just go into the referral app. Of course, I'm the superhero of my own story. So how does it work? Here, your employee is really in his own the hero of his own story, and the goal is really to engage them and to make it as fun and as engaging as possible. So here, as you've seen, I can choose I can choose the different job position and refer my friends. And of course, I can choose my own superhero as well. And as soon as people get hired that I referred, I can also have a reward program for my employee because most of the time, let's be honest, people, when they refer someone, they also want to have a little bit of a reward. And so that's something that you can set for your employees. So I'm directly going to start now. From here, I can choose my superhero. So what I'm going to look like. I'm going to take this one. And here you can directly see all the information regarding my profile. So here I can see the amount of referral that I have done, the ongoing people that I have. So that's people that are not yet hired and that are still in the process. And here, the successful hire that I have. I can also directly view the different jobs that are that are currently open. And maybe I can refer them to some friends. And I can also email friends also regarding that. Here you can see that I have different levels, so it's really easy, for example, to level up. Now I have a beautiful cape because, of course, the more I refer, the more my hero is going to evolve, and the more I'm going to be strong in the system. Now I have a beautiful outfit. But let's see a bit how it can look for the different referrals that I have ongoing. By just clicking that, I could see the different referrals and the stages where they're at. So this way you don't have to exchange with your HR manager and say like, yeah, my friend at which stage he is. You directly have all the information here, so that she doesn't have to answer all of your questions while you're waiting for them to be hired. So as you've seen, you can set out the point system yourself according to the amount of points that you want to set for the different steps. And here you can see the different stages they're at. For example, Enrique is still waiting to be hired as a sales manager, and Lauren Jacobs is also still in the waiting, and I can follow easily those. For example, I can also see the different jobs, like I said, see the different jobs that are available. From here, I can directly have more info if I don't remember correctly what it was, and then go back to my referrals page, to my referrals page, and I can also directly refer a friend. I can also share the link so they can have an overview of what the job is all about, or I can also share it across my different social media and share it even with more friends that might be interested in the job and increase my chances of getting a referral. Of course, you can also have different rewards, like we said, and of course, these are going to be linked to an amount of points. So for example, for 100 points, they can get a mug, and for 750 points, they can get an Amazon voucher. But let's say that I also want to add a TV, for example. So here I'm going to just add TV. Say the cost is going to be 500 points. It's quite a beautiful TV. Here I'm going to add an image, for example, let's say this one. Add a brief description, the best TV ever. And here my product is set. And I can just save it. And so people, when they will be in their dashboard, and see the different rewards, they will be able to see what is available to them according to the amount of points that they have, and the things that they can still not have, and how many points are missing for them to get them. So you can see that I'm not even close to getting the TV, but that's even more another chance for me to refer some other people and to get to that TV that I really, really want. So this way you find a way that is really engaging for your employees to try to hire their friends and to increase the interest that people might have to work for your company and make it really fun and engaging. So now that you've been able to find some new people, let's see a bit how you're going to work with all of them. So now you've done a new website, you optimize all your strategy, you have salespeople that have the time to manage efficiently their appointment, you also find a way to hire some new people, and even to motivate your employee to help you in this task. So what should you optimize next? So should you optimize your service activity? So like I said, manage the projects, for example, because you want to go into a decoration business, and so you want them to be able to manage better the time that the consultants are going to work on the different projects? Or do you want to improve your warehouse management, so your inventory? Say that you want people to be able to say exactly what products are in your inventory, when are they coming in, and when are you going to sell them, and manage really that entire strategy to deliver your customer on time and get delivered on time. Or do you want to optimize your manufacturing process? So the fact that, for example, you're building your own table and you want to see the different steps that you have to take in, and how the different people in your manufacturing and could work on your work order and the different steps that they could have to take, and really that they could have the full process already cut out for them to ease the work of the people that are going to have to build my beautiful tables. So here it's really different part of the business that I could optimize that are all really important, but of course I have to choose a bit the priority that I want to give at the moment. So for example, here, let's say that we want to improve the service activity and allow some people to be able to manage their timesheet better and to manage more efficiently the different projects. So for that, I can go directly into the project app, of course. So from here, I have directly an overview of my different projects that I have that are ongoing. So here you can directly see, for example, multiple information. So the customer that it's linked to, if it's a project that has a priority or not, the amount of tasks that are currently ongoing in the project, the time that is left, and also if the project who the project is assigned to, and also the if the project is on track or not. This way you can have a clear overview of the project that might need more your attention or not. So for example, let's go in a project and see a bit how it would look. So from here, I can directly go in the project and I have a Kanban view of the different tasks that I have. So here I have all my tasks, and I can see which one are not ongoing yet, which one are in progress, how far my team is on the project, and which tasks are already done. An interesting thing that I can also do is say that I want to have different views here on Odoo. So I can have, and that is really general to Odoo, so the ability to filter information, group by, and also to have different views. So I can have a list view, a calendar view of my different tasks, also a pivot table, some graph, and I also can have a Gantt view. So here it's going to give me an overview of all my different tasks and all the people that are currently working on it. So I can have a month view, a week view, or even day or year. So here I can see that I have some ongoing tasks that are ongoing at the same time. So, for example, in projects, you often have some tasks that need to be done specifically after another one. So, for example, I could say that the room 2 decoration has to go for sure after the room 1 decoration. So for that, I can easily go here and say that this task, I'm going to say more that for the room 2, but I can say that this task is going to be blocked by the room 1 decoration. So here I can find back the task. I can say, okay, room 1 decoration. As soon as the room 1 decoration is done, I'm going to be able to do the room 2, but not before. So for example, here I can save, and you can see here that an arrow appeared. This is because Odoo is going to try to optimize your work in order to be able to do all your tasks and to follow the most critical path in order to do them in the right order. So if I click on the arrow, I can simply put the task according to the different schedule that I have and the different block by that I have, so that I have the most critical path that is done. Of course, here I only have 2 tasks that are linked, but in a project you often have more like a really huge flow, and here Odoo is going to help you to optimize the work of your employee and really optimize the way that they're going to be shared on the task. Another important feature, and that is quite new in the newest version, is the fact that you can have project updates. So this is really good as a project manager to have an idea if everything is going well on your project. So if I go, for example, here on track, I will have a full overview of my project. So I can see the different project update that I've done with my team. I can also see the different tasks, the recorded hours. So once again, fully integrated between the different part of Odoo, and I can have an overview of everything that's going on regarding my project. I can also add some milestones, so to say at which stages I am of my project and say if I'm on target actually to the timing that I planned or not. From here, I can also directly create a new project update that I want to do with my team. And so for that, I can say update 3, for example, and here have a description. So here I can say how the project is going, if it's on track or not, and this is a collaborative pad that my entire team can work on while we're doing the project update. So for example, here I could say that it's at risk, and so this way you will have the little bubble that is going to change, and this way the project manager can really say, oh, okay, this project is going to need our attention because it's not going on track quite well. So that's really easy, but let's see also how somebody can timesheet on those different tasks. So for that, let's say, for example, that I want to work on this one because there are still some hours that are available. So as a consultant, I have various possibilities to timesheet my time. I can directly start the timer here to record the actual time that I'm working on the task, or I can also add it right here. So I can say that today I worked on that task, for example, and I worked on it for maybe an hour. And this way, it's directly going to compute the progress of the timesheet and be registered in my timesheet as an employee as well. The other possibility, instead of going from projects to project to register my timesheet, if I'm sharing my day between different projects at the same time, I can also do that from the timesheet app. So I can quickly go here. And here I have an overview of all the projects that I have access to. And with the shortcut, I can directly start also my timer on a specific project. So for example, here I want to work on this one, so I can simply click E, and here you can see that my timer is directly going to start, and this way I can do my work on that on this one and directly stop it. I can also add easily 15 minutes and just say, okay, here I'm adding 15 minutes to this one, and add it quite easily and fulfill my timesheet like that. And here I can say how far I am in my timing. So that's really easy for me to timesheet on the different projects that I'm active on. And also really important for the manager is the planning, because of course if you want to use your resource properly, you need a proper planning management, and this can be done with the planning app. So this is an overview that I would get of all my resources that I can put to work. So from here I already have a lot of information, because I can directly see how many hours are left for her to work on specific projects during the week according to the working schedule that I put it on her employee form. And I can directly see the different planning that she's assigned to. I can easily also drag and drop some schedule and put it to another day, or reschedule them, or give them to another employee. And so this planning is also going to, of course, take into account the time off that your employee might have. So this way, you can really optimize the way that you're going to use your resources. But you're going to ask me, yeah, sometimes it's really difficult to communicate about those different projects with my team. And for that, we have the perfect improvement in our latest version V15. It's the improvement of the Discuss app. So for example, let's say that you're working on a project. You can create a specific channel to this project that would be open to some people, or you can also create a group discussion specifically for that. So let's say that I'm starting off a project with John Smith, and I want to create a group chat with them for the people that are working on the office design project. So I'm quickly gonna call it office design. Okay, like that. I'm gonna create the group chat, and from here you can directly see that the group chat has been created, and I can even rename it. From there, I can quickly do an update with my colleague by doing a video call, for example. So let's say that we're doing the project update. I can directly call them, and like any meeting software, I can have my mic, I can put my camera on, I can share my screen. I can also have some settings such as the push to talk button, so that we don't talk all at the same time, and really have a conversation directly with my employee, and being able to do the project update with them just like that. I can also even, if I'm talking about a specific project, invite the customer at a certain time in the meeting by just copy pasting the invitation link, so that they can join the meeting and tell us a bit their opinion about the ongoing project. So now it's really easy to keep up to date regarding the different projects and have an instant talk about all of them with your employee. So now that we've seen how you can manage your employee, or you can optimize the planning of your employee, and also how you can communicate really efficiently with your employee, let's see a bit the next step of your business. So now your employees are overloaded. So they have way too much work. So which process should you automate to ease their workload? So you can use data cleaning. So you make sure that your reporting is really clean, and so that they don't have to look into the system to see maybe which data are a duplicate, and to get falsified report on which they have to rework the information, making them lose a lot of time. You can also ease the expense recording. So allow your employee to have a really easy way to record the different expense that they might get on project when they're going to launch with a customer or stuff like that, and really ease the process to do that. or you can also do document digitalization. So today we really are in a paperless environment, and so most of the time the companies really have a goal to digitalize all of their documents and to automate and really do everything online for the management of the document. So it's really important as well to do that. So here, I think that the most important might be, as you said, data cleaning, which is really important to have clean reports or document digitalization. And I think we're more going to go for the document digitalization, which is a really good idea because it's really important for the environment today to be to be as paperless as possible. So for that, we can directly go into the document app. So from the document app, I'm going to explain to you a bit what we can see here, and then we'll see into the different functionalities. So first of all, you can have different workspace. So this way you can deal with all your different documents and put them according to workspace that they belong to. And of course, each workspace is going to have different functionalities. So for example, what I mean by functionalities is that in the workspace of finance, I'm going to have different actions that I can take for the different documents. So for here, you can say that I want to validate, I want to create a bill and stuff like that. I can also have different tags that can be applied to say if it's something that is quite new in my inbox, to say if I want to validate it, and this way I can filter easily on my different type of documents according to the tags and directly see, for example, which document I have to validate, which one are already validated, and really easily manage all my incoming mail or all my incoming documents that are registered in the app. So for example, here I have the marketing workspace, but I want to split it into two different workspaces to put all my different interaction and document that I'm sharing according to the different brands that I'm working on with. So for that, I can simply add a new workspace. So for example, I can say brand one and choose a parent workspace to appear. So this way you can see that you can really have different ramifications regarding the document that you're going to treat, because of course, maybe you have some financial document that you want to put into different subtotals. So for example, here I'm going to choose marketing. I can add some tags. So for example, let's say partnership. And here I can add some different tags. So I can say I proposed the partnership. Then I can say that is refused or accepted. And this way I'll be able to add the tag and create all of them. So here I'm quickly going to save that, and we're going to see the different actions that I can have on my different documents. So for example, let's say that I'm receiving an invoice and that I want to create a bill. It's really easy in Odoo because I have already an action that allows me to do that. Here I can just say create a bill, and thanks to the OCR technology that will scan automatically the information that you have on a document, I can compute the document based on the PDF that I received. And here you can see that according to the document, it filled all the different information regarding the price, the account that has to be used, and everything is directly good. Of course, if the information is not good, since it's a formula that is based on artificial intelligence, I can also nourish the formula so it gets more exact every time. But here everything seems good, so I can directly confirm, and I can even already register a payment. So just like that, I've registered a new accounting document in my application. For example, let's say that I'm receiving my email. I can just see a bit how it looks like. And here I'm going to see the different emails that the different paper email that I received, and see a bit if everything, what everything has to go where. So for example, here I have a couple of invoices. I have another one for Google, but here I can see that actually that's the same invoice. So I can just remove the cut here, and here that's something that's not an invoice, it's more for legal. So I can select all of those documents and directly create a bill, and this one I can directly send to legal. So just by a couple of clicks, I've been able to deal with my all of the documents that I received and that I've digitalized in the system, and create the according bill and all the documents. Another important thing with the document app is that you can also have people sign their contract, for example. So let's say that I want to have an employee that is going to sign his employment contract. I think it's more here in the download. Here you go, employment contract. And from here, I'm going to be able to create the entire flow that I want people to go through when they're signing the contract. So for example, here I want to say, okay, he's going to have to add his name. I can even say who is going to be responsible for signing this part. So here's going to be the employee. For example, here he also has to fulfill his position. So I'm going to add text. Once again, the employee is going to have to add his initials right here. Once again, the employee. I can directly add it to all the pages because it's going to be quite important. And of course, the person representing the company is also going to have to fulfill it. So here I'm also going to add it to all the pages. I can go until the end and say, okay, here I'm also going to have the HR representative signature. I'm also going to have the employee signature. Here you go, employee, validate, and now I can also even put the date of the signature right here, and once again choose the person that is going to be responsible for the signature of that document. So here I can say that it's going to be the company, validate, and now I can send it to the person that's going to be responsible for the signature of this document, so for the employee and the company, so they're going to receive a notification by email, but I can also directly sign it now and say that I'm here you go, the employee, and the company is going to be Deco Addict, for example, and I can directly sign now. So here you can see that I'm going to start as the employee, and Odoo is directly going to take me through the flow of the things that I have to fulfill. So here it directly fulfills the information regarding the info that he has in the system. For example, here, consultant. Here we go. Next one, I'm going to put my initials. Click on it. I can draw it myself, or I can also have it already done. Here I can adopt and sign, so it's going to put it on all the pages. And here I can add my signature. I'm going to do it automatically. I adopt and sign it, and also, of course, it's going to automatically add the date of the signature. So just like that, I've been able to sign and fill in my document without never having to print it, so which is really great. So now you've seen how you can directly digitalize all of your documents so that you won't waste time with paper anymore. So what will be the next step of your company? So as the activity grows, your needs are becoming more complex, and so you need to personalize a bit the system. So for that, we have an application that is called Studio that allows you to add some fields and some validation rules and stuff like that, and to directly put them into the system. So it's quite easy to do, and I'm going to show you directly how it would look like on a purchase order. So for that, what I'm going to do is that I'm directly going to go into the purchase order, because that's the form that I want to change. So for that, for example, let's say that here it's quite a big amount, and so for those kind of amounts, those that are bigger than 10,000 euros, I want to have a double validation rule. So I can just quickly go in Studio, and here you can see that I have all the different fields that I can add, all the existing fields as well, and really come and personalize my field with the drag and drop. But for now, here I just want to add the double authentication and approval. So for that, I'm going to set some approval rule, and I'm going to say the two persons that have to approve it. So here the first one is going to be the purchase, so somebody that is just a user of the purchase app. I'm going to say that the buyer should approve, and then I'm going to also add another approval group and say that the administrator also has to approve it, and if the order is bigger than 10K. And on that, I can put a filter to say that it's only going to apply when the total is bigger than 10K. So now I can just save it and close Studio, and the field is directly going to be shown here in the system. And as you can see, I need to have the approval of two different persons, but if I go under 10,000 euros, I can see that now I only have one approval that is needed, and this is the one of a user. So just like that, I've been able to complexify the system according to the needs of my growing business. So finally, what do you want to analyze? The end of the year is coming, so this is when you need to generate your report and to have some information about how your business is going. And this is really easy to do with Odoo because you have spreadsheets, dynamic spreadsheets that are directly integrated in the system. So you can have, for example, win or loss ratio, sales results, or even performance as a KPI, and put all the pivot table that you could have directly in Odoo. So for example, let's say that I want to see the performances as a KPI. So for that, I can directly go into the CRM app, see my pivot table view, and put it in a spreadsheet. But for here, I don't want to see only the information regarding my pipeline. I want to see the information for all people, and I want to put it according to the expected closing per month. That's the kind of information that I want. I can directly insert that in a spreadsheet, and I can say it's just going to be a new spreadsheet, confirm it, and here I directly have the spreadsheet that is computed. Here you can see that they have the basic functionalities that you're going to have on any spreadsheet application, and those fields are totally dynamic, so they're going to adapt according to the information that you put into the system. But let's say, for example, that I want to add some target and also the performance. So here I can add a column. I'm going to add two, actually. And I'm going to say one that is target and the other one that is performance. I'm going to put the same target for every month. Here we go. So for that, I can just take it and pull it down until the end here. And for the performance, I can just say that it's going to be the target divided by the expected revenue, that is 1. Here we go. And as I would in a normal Excel sheet, I can take it down. And here I want to see that, for example, in percentage. I can also add some colors as I would in a classical spreadsheet. For example, here I can put that in yellow. I can add some conditional formatting as well. For example, let's say that if I'm going to say a single color if it's greater than, for example, 1. And then I can choose the color and save, and the conditional formatting is going to put it accordingly, and I can do the same thing the other way. So here I can totally personalize the different reports that I'm going to get, and they're going to be updated automatically with the information that I fill in the software. So this way I'm not missing any report, and I have all my information that are needed to take the right decision for my company. So now we've really seen a bit already what Odoo can do, and you've been directly from creating a new company to an entire new system. So now that we've built the system together, let's see some practical information about how you can get Odoo and how you can install it for your company. So keep in mind first that what I present right now is just the tip of the iceberg. Odoo is so much bigger with so many more functionalities and so many more part of your business that you can cover. As you've seen, we've only seen a couple of the apps that we have. We really try to build a unique product that is fully integrated between the different applications, that is really intuitive and easy to use for the end user, and that is really scalable. As you've seen, just in an hour, you've been for a one-person company to a multiple-person company with complex needs. So it's really easy to adapt to your business needs. So Odoo Enterprise has apps that comes with services such as support in case of bug with the software, also upgrades since we release a new version every year, and also hosting solution. But we do have an open core, meaning that we have an open source core, that is the community edition, with database and framework and basic functionalities. And around it, you have the enterprise version, which is the version that I just presented to you. So on that, you have extra functionalities, like I said, the support, the upgrade, and also the hosting that is provided by Odoo. And next to that, you can add some custom developments, for example, to connect to other software that you might already been using on your company, or to do custom development to really fit your business needs. So what are the different in terms of application? Here you have all the applications that are only available for the enterprise version. So as you've seen, you can really cover the basic needs with, I would say, the community version. But if you want a more professional software with, for example, everything that is regarding accounting, the barcode management and everything for your inventory, it's better to get the enterprise version, of course. And you also have other services that are only available for the enterprise version. If you want to have a more in-depth look about the different functionalities, I invite you to simply connect to the edition page where you can really see everything in details. But how does it work for the implementation? So at Odoo, we have what we call a quick start methodology. So meaning that we're not going to go for a big bang approach and make you wait months and months for your software. We're directly going to allow you to have some part of your software as soon as it's ready. So you're really getting to know the product and you work with us in making it work for your company. We work on different hosting. We can either work on SaaS or on Odoo SH if development is needed. Odoo SH is our online development platform, which represent an extra cost to the SaaS version, but that allows you to not have to deal with the hosting and everything is still managed by Odoo. And with Odoo, we really have the standard approach, meaning that we're going to try not to have any development that is done on the software. The second approach is also with our partners. So it's great, for example, if you want to have a local presence to work with somebody that is in your city. They work on different hosting. So of course they can work on the cloud for the standard version or on Odoo SH such as we do, but they can also work on premise if you would like to host it on your own server or on some external server. And finally, they have a more specific approach because sometimes they have an expertise in a field, or if you want some specific developments to be done, then you can also go through a partner. So how much would it cost you to actually get Odoo for your company? So the pricing of Odoo works in different stages. First of all, you have the users, which is the equivalent of 18 euros per month per user. It doesn't matter how many applications that they are using. One user will always be the same price regardless of the applications that they're using. And it works the same way for the application. The application go from 8 euros to 48 euros per app per month, and it doesn't matter for one application how many users are using that specific application, the price will still remain the same. Afterwards, you also have the hosting. The cloud hosting is, so the SaaS version is included in the licenses. You can also do on-premise, but then we don't manage the cost and you have to see what it would cost you to go on external servers. And then you have Odoo SH that represent an extra cost since we give you an entire development platform directly online. And of course, afterwards, you have the implementation services. So you have different possibility. You can do self-service. If your IT team is already fluent in Odoo, you can manage the project on your own. You can work with a success pack with our consultants that are located here in Belgium and work with the quick start methodology. And you can also work with the local partners that would do the same as us, but locally. But let's see a bit more how it would look for your pricing. So we can directly have a look how it would work. For example, for my company, I would say that I have 5 employees, and I'm going to use the CRM that I just have. I'm also going to use the website and put the inventory. And you can see here that he automatically computes the price that is going to cost me. I'm also going to add Sign and Studio. And afterwards, I can directly also choose my hosting type. So depending if I have to do development or not. And I can also choose the implementation services. Here, Odoo is also directly going to tell me the kind of pack that I might need. But of course, it's always better to get in touch with one of our business advisors so they can really analyze your project and see what will really be needed for your project. But just like that, you can already have an idea of how much it would cost you to get Odoo for your own company. Okay, so now that we've seen how you can get it and how much it would actually cost you, I invite you to ask me all of your questions in the chat, and I will answer them as best as I can. I'm going to go back up. So if you would like to ask me some additional question, do not hesitate, okay? So for example, we have a question from Nida. I actually want to build an online store. So what are the most essential app for that? So of course, to build the online store, you will need the website application, and it works with the e-commerce application. So and of course the inventory application, which will allow you to say which products are in stock or not. So it's really easy because as soon as you install the e-commerce application, it will be you will have your shop that will be available on your website, and you will be able to configure it and to personalize it just as the other pages of the website, and configure also all of your products to really fit your needs. So for example, if you want to see, we can have a quick overview of what the web shop could look like. So here, if I go back on my website, for example, for me, I already installed the web shop, and from here, you can directly see how it's going to look like. So you see, it's really easy. Here, just with my test database, I already had some product, but as soon as you register a product and that you make it available on your e-commerce, it will directly appear here. You can also have some fields that you can filter by for your product. And like I said, you can totally edit it like any other page. So having an e-commerce for your shop, it's quite easy with Odoo. So next question. Is it possible to have an example of implementation with manufacturing? Unfortunately, I won't have the time to do that, but I invite you to look already on YouTube. You have different videos that have been made just a couple of weeks ago about the newest feature in all of the different applications. So you can really find back all that information, and that is done by experts on this application. So is it possible to have multiple landing page with Odoo? So here, I guess that you're referring to the SEO strategy and the optimization that you can have. So it is possible because you're gonna do the referring by page. So you're gonna put different keywords and different title and different description according to the page that you want your people to land on. So yes, it is possible. Yes, I will go into, we've been to the business software. Um, yeah, I've been in detail for the website because it's really, we did a lot of improvements, so really important for me to do all of that. I'm going through your question a bit. Where is the link for the survey? It was also behind it, but sorry if you weren't able to find it directly. Document, we've been through it. When I create a meeting, where a free time slot for website appointment would be, does Odoo notice that I made a meeting overlap with open time slot? Yes, of course, if you put a meeting in your calendar in Odoo, it will take that into account into the available time slot that you have for online appointments. So this way you won't have a double meeting, and your calendar can also be integrated with Google Calendar. So even if you do some meetings in your Google Calendar, Odoo will take it into account for your availability. You can find back the meeting afterwards, so that's not a problem. It's going to be available here on YouTube. Yes, we do have a mobile app. So basically, you can have Odoo directly here on your mobile. It's available for Android and iPhone, and you will find back your database just as you would here on Odoo. So with all the different modules that you would have installed on your database, you can directly access it on mobile, and the mobile app is only available for the enterprise version and not for the community version. Um, Can I put to project spend material? Yes, it is a possibility as well. You just have to install the field service application, which will allow you to take into account all the material that you might be using during an intervention. For example, let's say that you have a plumbing business and that you have your people working on site and they are using additional material and stuff like that. Well, they can directly work on their tablet, work on the task that they're working on, and say, okay, I'm using some additional product, and directly add them, and if needed, create a quotation and send an invoice to the customer that they're doing the project for. So it's really easy to also add to link material to specific projects. The overview according to your employees, I guess that you mean from the timesheet. So that's really easy also to see in the timesheet app. I can just go into the timesheet app and have an overview of all of my employees, what they're working on. And for example, here I can see with the reporting, as you can see, I can have a reporting of my different employees, the timesheet, and what they've been working on. And same thing for the planning. According also, if I want here, I grouped it by employee, but afterwards I can also group by projects to have a clearer view of what they are working on. If I have a community database, can I upgrade it for free to enterprise, and how long would it take? So if you have a community database, you can of course update it to enterprise. You would have to pay the licenses for the modules that you would like to add to your database, and also all the modules, of course, that you want to have on your enterprise version. It's quite easy to do it, so it's not going to take a lot of time, but it can also depend on the version that you're on. Of course, if you are on V8 or something like that, then what you would have to do is move to V8 enterprise version and then ask for an upgrade to get to the latest version. But if you are, for example, on V14 or on V14 of the community version, then it's really easy to move to the V14 enterprise version. That's not a problem. It's just going to be regarding the development that you might have made and stuff like that. But if you want to discuss it further, do not hesitate to send me an email, and we can discuss that a bit more. I'm looking a bit through your comments and questions. Yes, so regarding the multiple, Nida also asks, is it possible to create multiple logins with restriction for different users? Yes, it's really easy in Odoo. You can even within an app say that you want them to be able, for example, to create a certain document in draft, but not being able to validate it. So it's really easy in the user to say which app they're gonna have access to and which kind of process they can do, and also have different logins. Can we import our product list from an Excel sheet? Yes, it's really easy to do. You just have to go into any application where you can get the product, for example, from the sales app. And here I can go in product, just here, and I can import the record and directly import my file in the Excel or CVS format. So can you elaborate on the partner management? At Odoo, we split the different regions according to account manager and the languages that they speak. So know that each partner has also an account manager that is working with them on the different projects, and they always have a direct contact with Odoo and somebody from Odoo that is helping them and assisting them through their project. And in any case, when you work with a partner, you also have a direct contact with Odoo regarding the licenses, so you also have a direct point of contact with the editor, so that in any case, if something goes wrong, it's not going to be the case, but in case something goes wrong, you can also directly get in touch with somebody from Odoo to help you with your projects. Okay, I'm sorry, but that's all the time that we have today to answer your question. I hope that this presentation was really helpful for you and to understand a bit more about Odoo. So now I thank you very much for your attention. I know that it was a long session. If you have any additional question, you can also contact me via email or on the phone, and we can talk further about your project or invite you to contact one of our business advisor and schedule a meeting to discuss what Odoo can do for your business.